Hold it up.
Most of the chimes and bells on my albums are all recorded from the iPhone. I try to listen for it all the time, you know. I'm constantly recording street musicians, you know. Going around New York, you get plenty of good samples. And the mic on the iPhone is decent, so. And then you put it into whatever program you're using and you can manipulate it pretty much however you want. In New York, I have a lot less space, so it's much more kind of go in and do it. All my instruments are, you know, within an arm's reach, where at home I could have an entire basement to work in. So it kind of, I don't know, I feel like I have my own little zone in New York. And in Ann Arbor, I feel less pressure. I moved when I was 18. To go to jazz school, but I actually only lasted 2 semesters. So I left school and I just continued playing music and living in New York for the next couple years. It was electronic. I had no intention of putting it out. It was just for fun. It was a bunch of tracks I made while I was living in New Cross, London. And Jacob from Ghostly heard it and wanted to put it out, and I was like, okay. And then it just became more serious. I realized that I could actually do something with it, and it wasn't just me in my room making beats for myself and my friends. So that was kind of the beginning. Ghostly was founded in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and it was a label that I just looked up to my whole life. It was something to be excited about, having a local label with local artists you could go out and see, and you had somebody, you know, just some inspiration from older artists. The early Ghostly catalog was very influential to me, and I just kind of always was there. I was always at shows, but I wasn't making electronic music at the time. I will not at all deny the fact that it is a lot to do with Ann Arbor. It's just, I've always been in the picture, whether or not I was, you know, musically involved. I was either in the crowd, or I had a Ghostly sticker on my car, or, you know, whatever. Or I was buying records from Tad Mullenix at Encore Records, which is a local record shop. You know, it's just all very linked. But the people involved with Ghostly knew that I was a musician. They knew that I was a jazz drummer. A lot of the percussion on Full Circle is from my kit, but very chopped up. A lot of the new material is more kind of live-based and much more organic sounding, but it is my drums on Full Circle. And I come from a live background, you know. I'm a drummer first. I'm a jazz musician. Drums is the easiest way for me to express myself. I don't think that it's necessarily that it's like I've reached this virtuoso point. It's not like I think I can do anything on the drums. It's just I feel like I can really get my point across on a kit much more than a computer. The computer is kind of the vessel to let me play the drums on my own. Bells, it's very different. You know, when you're traveling with a band, you have a crew, you have a family, you create inside jokes that last an entire tour, and then you're still saying them when you get home, you know. But when I tour alone, it's very different. I just got back from Europe recently, and it was the first tour I did by myself, and it was extremely lonely. The remix album is Sam I Am, Mike Slott, Take, Ohm Unit, Mux Mool. You know, Sam and I grew up together. Brian, Mux Mool and I are friends in New York. You know, it's one of the most fun parts of this kind of, just this genre, I guess, in general, is the whole remix thing. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I love it when I can hear what other people do with my sounds.